I'm Adam REES. I'm inside of a squat rack right now where we're going to bench press here in a second. And what we're going to do is go over my three little weird bench press secrets that I don't like. It's not like I hide these from people, or I don't think they're even hidden, but there's kind of three like weird things that I think about. One is going to be grip. The other one's going to be bench real estate. We'll go over grip last and real estate first. And then the other one is that you want to bench like you overhead press, but simultaneously like you dip, which is a weird thing because when you dip, you're pushing down. When you overhead press, you're pressing this way. And I'll get into that here in a second. But can everybody, can you put down below if you're watching live, put team live. If you're watching later, put team replay. But this is a live video, so you guys can come on anytime. I do these right around 12:30 every weekday, so you guys can pop on and ask me questions or anything. But bench real estate, the idea behind bench real estate is this bench is only so wide. I need to pull this back a little bit, but this bench is only so wide, your shoulders are only so wide, right? So we want to compress the shoulders down to a position where we can get the most out of the bench and the most out of the shoulder. So to me, like if you're this wide, you want to pinch your shoulder blades together, down and together. So you want to pull the shoulder blades together and down towards your hips. And the reason for that is you get a lot more lat in there and you get a more stable base that you can push back into the bench. Now the other thing that with bench real estate, this is one of the few times that you're ever going to hear me say pinch your shoulder blades together. You should not pinch your shoulder blades together in most exercises. Almost, this is one of the very, very few I can, off the top of my head right now, it's the only one I can think of. Try to think of another one. You should basically never pinch your shoulder blades together. It's not a good move. But bench real estate, what we're going to do is we're going to pinch our shoulder blades together. We're going to try to use as much of that bench as we possibly can before we even get our hands on the bar. All right, so when we do that, now we can pull down towards our hips and we can push back up into the pad here. And by the time we're done, we want like a little divot in that pad. We really want to be pressing back and down with our legs. And this is the thing about the bench. The bench is not an upper body. It is an upper body exercise, but it's not isolated to only the chest and the arms. You should be getting your legs into this thing. Your legs should be burning when you're doing the bench press. So you get your shoulder blades in position, pinch them together, push back, get that divot in the bench, pull your feet up underneath you so that you can use the bench as much as you can, okay? So this gives me kind of a nice little arch. I don't want to be arching too much unless I'm in competition. I'm really trying to put up a lot of weight. I'm just trying to stay healthy and get the most I can out of the bench press that I'm about to do. So I'm getting here, I stay solid through my lats, solid through my shoulder blades, really pinching them down, pushing back with my legs into the bench, and now I'm going to address the bar to get the grip, okay? So bench real estate is you want to pinch those shoulder blades together and you want to pull them down towards your hips. It should take a little bit of fatigue to get in position for a bench press, but we want this to happen. You want to be pushing back your shoulder blades into the bench to kind of create this like divot into the bench so that you're using as much of the real estate on this bench as you possibly can. All right, the other thing that we're going to do when we get into grip, okay, so we're going to get in position. First things first, actually, I should have said this. You always start clear down here because you want to be kind of sliding back. You want to be pushing so hard that you're sliding back. Okay, so we're here, pinch, really get in position, make the bench our friend, and then we're going to get our hand on the bar. Depending on where your hand placement is for the type of bench press variation that you're doing will depend. Now, we want to get the thumb wrapped. It's stupid to not wrap your thumb. It gives you no advantage to not go thumb, or to go thumbless. We want it right in the bottom of the palm like that, and then we reach that pinky finger around, get that good grip to drag it down in there. Now, once we get this nice good grip with our knuckles straight up, we do not want to be benching like this. This is poor position and you're not going to press as much because it would be like jumping off of the side of your foot. Your body's not going to let you go full tilt. So you're getting here, bottom of the palm, knuckles are up so that your wrist is in a good position so that you're straight up and down. Now, what we want to think about doing is we're going to take that bar off. Spotter's usually going to help us. And we're going to bend that bar, like we're trying to rip that bar in half out to the sides. So we're trying to torque that bar this way, but we're also trying to rip it in half this way. All the while, the shoulders are pinched and the lats are pulled down. So we get in our position, bottom of the palm, reach that pinky around, get a good tight grip, okay? Your legs are back, you're pushed into the bench, your shoulders are together, your lats are tight, and then you're going to lift up and you're trying to pull that bar apart, and you're getting as much tension as you possibly can. Okay? So those are the first two big secrets. Okay? You're trying to rip the bar apart, and you're trying to bend that bar as you go. And if you do this right, like I haven't even done a rep yet, and I'm just like, man, like that's tiring just to hold that position and try to talk, I guess. But anyway, you're trying to bend that bar so that you get as much tension through your arms as you possibly can. One of the misconceptions is that you bench with your chest. Yes, your chest is, your pecs are a contributing factor, but you move that bar with your arms. Your arms are what are, like you want a bigger bench press, work on your arms. Like don't try to make a bigger chest, work on your arms. Pec flies don't do anything for a bench press, but your triceps do. So anyway, those are the first two things. Take advantage of as much real estate from the bench as you possibly can. Get your grip right with your arms. Torque that bar, rip it in half. What's the last one? Oh, you want to bench like you dip and you overhead press at the same time. So we kind of already went over that, with the grip, where we want this nice vertical position, but we also want to be kind of pushing down. So we want to use that lat as much as we possibly can. So we get in position. Okay, we're all the way at the edge of the bench. We lay back, pinch our shoulder blades together, push back into the bench, pull our shoulder blades down, get our grip, bottom of the palm, wrap that pinky around, pull the feet up underneath us, drive back to get that divot, and then we're going to lift off, and we're going to torque and pull that bar apart. Now, when we do this, we want to get underneath the bar to drive back up. What we don't want to do is get on top of the bar. This is what everybody tries to do. They try to get on top of the bar like this. You are at a severe disadvantage there. You're at a high advantage here, okay? So the point of that is that if you can get up underneath the bar, you have a lot of strength. If you try to push on top of the bar like this, you don't have a lot of strength. That's why I say you want to make it like a dip, like you're pressing down. But you also want to like think of it like an overhead press, like you're getting up underneath it. Chris Angel used to have this trick that he would do when he had a show on TV, and he would have people push on him, like in a line, like creating a lot of force pushing towards him. And he would have them put their hands on his chest, and they should have been able to push him over, is the thing. They definitely should have. All he would do is he would get underneath the main person's elbows, and he would prop up their elbows so that they could only push down on him like this, instead of being able to push him like that. If they could have gotten their elbows underneath him, they would have topped him over very, very easy. If they could have gotten their elbows were up like this, they couldn't do anything to him. So when you bench press, you want to get up underneath the bar like you're doing an overhead press, but you still want to end up kind of pushing down like a dip at the same time, because you want that lat, you want to get everything that you can out of the bench, out of your grip in your arms, as well as out of the angle that you're pressing with, because you want to get the most out of your body as you can, because strength is about building tension. Try to build as much tension as you possibly can in this little short segmented period of time, and you need to be doing that from your toes all the way up to your forehead. Otherwise, you're going to leave strength on the table, and you want that strength. The stress imposed by the bench press isn't about how much can you press up and down. It's about how can we carry that over to everything else that we do in our life. And you don't do that by doing specific things in the weight room. You do that by doing very general things in the weight room. You wouldn't take a specific to a general ever. We went over that with a video with Eric, but those are three little weird secrets to the bench press. You have to take advantage of as much real estate on the bench as you possibly can. You have to think of it like an overhead press, getting up underneath the weight, but also pressing down in a way to get your lats involved in the process, and you have to get your grip and really torque the bar while pulling it apart at the same time to get the most out of your body and to get that tension in there. But thanks for being here. If you guys have any questions, put them down below. Please like, comment, share. Let me know what you got out of this. Hopefully this was a short one and everybody was into it. But thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.